Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Allegheny. Today is Monday, February 22nd of 2021. It is an A-Day. I'm your host, Wyatt Gray, and here are today's announcements. Attention all students, this will be the last week of the virtual schedule. Next week, we will be moving to the concurrent model with all classes every day. Now here's a reminder for grades 9 and 12 that we will be starting on March 8th unless they opted out of in-person learning. Grades 10 and 11 will then be phased in on March 15th. AP students are reminded that test registration is approaching soon. The deadline for the registration will be March 1st. It is now scheduling time for next year. All the information may be found in the course request and scheduling folder in the Class of Schoology course. Students are reminded to watch the course selection video and attend the Google Meet with the counselors and then schedule their conference with the counselor as well. Now, here's an opportunity for all juniors and seniors that have failed required graduation coursework during semester 1 of 2020 through 2021 school year. Students will have March 1st through April 8th to complete a recovery work. Students can work at their own pace. A content certified teacher will be available Monday through Thursday for assistance. If you are failing a course at the end of semester 1 and would like to take advantage of this opportunity, please click on the link in your class Schoology course to enroll. As always, you are welcome to contact your school counselor if you have any questions at 301-722-3601. Now, let's check out the weather with Eric.
Hey everyone, before we get into today's forecast, I would like to issue an apology for the busted forecast last Thursday. The storm was way quicker than I expected and way weaker as well, and we ended up with around 3.25 inches of snow, and I was expecting 6 to 8, and I apologize for that. Speaking of last Thursday's event, it may be similar to what we saw last Thursday, like what we're expected to see this morning as well. Hopefully it's snowing by the time you're seeing this forecast, but it's going to be pretty quick, and it should bring mainly just light snowfall accumulations of maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow, but it is possible that we could see a brief band of heavy snowfall, and then it should be out by around noon or so, just turning over to plain drizzle. And then you can see the cloud coverage and forecast through the 5-day period. Now the main highlight is Wednesday. We're expected to be mostly sunny, and we could get up into the upper 50s as maybe a slight taste of warmer weather. However, that just looks to be an uptick in temperatures. We still have some winter left. And then that's really all I'm really expecting over the next 5-day period. No really significant weather, and I'll have any, if any system is there towards the weekend, I'll give you an update on that on Thursday. So that is all for this forecast, everyone. Stay tuned.
All right, thanks, Eric. Now we're going to move on to sports with David.
Good morning, Allegheny, and welcome back to sports. I'm your host, as always, David Miller, and we have a bunch to cover today, so we're going to go ahead and jump right into things, starting with some Allegheny sports news. Congratulations to the varsity mock trial team for their win last week over Delaney High School out of Baltimore County. The regular season will conclude this coming week on Thursday as they play DeMatha Catholic High School for the second time this season. The Campers prevailed in the first round against Prince George's County Private School 2 weeks ago, winning with over a 10-point score differential. Things are really heating up in Camper Court, and I can't wait to see where they go from here. Moving on to some NFL news. I've been covering it over the past couple weeks, and finally Carson Wentz of the Philadelphia Eagles has been traded, not to the Chicago Bears sadly, but to the Indianapolis Colts. In return for Carson Wentz, the Colts will receive a third-round pick in this upcoming NFL draft and a conditional second-round pick in the 2022 NFL draft. Moving on to some MLB news. I know I don't talk about the MLB enough, so go ahead and put this out there. Former NFL quarterback and now former New York Met Tim Tebow has announced that he's going to retire. Tebow obviously played in the minor leagues for a while, got moved up to the Mets 2021 spring training roster, and shortly after that decided to retire, which is kind of sad because Tebow might have actually gotten a shot at the MLB, but he had to call it quits beforehand. But that being said, if the XFL comes back, which it should because it's under the control of Dwayne Johnson now, if Tim Tebow wants to come play for my Battlehawks now that Taylor Heineke and Jordan Ta'amu are in the NFL, by all means, I would love to see it. And finally, the NBA has announced their All-Star starters for this upcoming All-Star game that a lot of NBA players aren't that happy with. Starting out with the West, we have Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, and Kawhi Leonard. And moving on to the East, we have Kyrie Irving, Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Joel Embiid. Once again, no surprises here. Each team should have about 6 other reserves, so when those come out, I will cover them for you here. But for now, that's all I got. Make sure to stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, social distance, wear your masks, all that good stuff. Back to Wyatt.
Thanks, David. Now, here's Mr. White with some information about the Historical Research Methods course.
Good morning. I'd like to talk to you a little bit today about the Historical Research Methods course. This is a very unique course that has evolved over the years. I created the course with a group of students over 20 years ago, and the class started with the publication of books based on issues of local history. Through the years, the course evolved and included productions of documentary films and also continued publication of books. Towards the end of the time on Sedgwick Street at the Old Allegheny, the class was placed in charge of transferring the long history of Allegheny as we moved to the Seton Drive location. The class was designed to be a hands-on approach to not only preserving but also creating community-based endeavors that have become a part of our heritage at Allegheny High School. When we moved into our present school, the class evolved yet again by starting the broadcast journalism component that you know today as AML. The methods class also resurrected the student journalism publication of the Alco High Mirror. Allegheny first published the student newspaper in 1923, and in 2019, the methods class brought back the Mirror in the form of a magazine. Next year, Methods has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to create a featured exhibit at the Allegheny Museum in conjunction with the Allegheny Arts Council's sponsored photographic art display, Fade to Blue, by photo artist and Allegheny alumni Michael Thompson. This will indeed be a great project to highlight our school's rich history for the community and alumni. It will be a rewarding experience for those who participate, and I'm looking forward to working with next year's Methods students on the museum project and also the continuation of Allegheny Morning Live. If any of these courses are interested to you, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. If you're interested in working on the AML crew, you will be signing up for the Historical Research Methods 1 course. And if you're interested in the Allegheny Museum project, you will be taking Historical Research Methods 2.
Good morning, everyone. You guys know me. I'm David. I do sports. But today I'm here to talk to you about the student perspective for Methods. If you don't know what Methods is already, it's the class where we create AML. We put this thing together. There's also another Methods class that puts together the Alco High Mirror, which is our student magazine, but obviously I'm not a part of that, so I'm going to be talking to you about AML. Now, this class is absolutely phenomenal. This is the most fun I think I have ever had in any class ever. I know, this is the most fun I have ever had in a class. It has given me an opportunity to really showcase and put out there my interests in what I'm into. It gives me somewhat of a platform to kind of come on here and talk about sports. And you guys know I take full advantage of that, talking about the Bears, rambling about things that upset me with the team, you know, just going on and on about things that I'm passionate about. And I'm not the only one. Emily is doing her thing with Curtain Call, with musical theater. Daniel does his entertainment corner with the movies and TV shows that he's into. We have Eric, obviously covering weather. It's one of his many platforms. But that's the thing about AML. If you have an interest, there is a spot for you. If there's something you're into, if there's something you want to create, if there's something you want to put out there, this is a great way to do so. I mean, Drake, who has been editing a bunch of our episodes, he put together Slice, that kind of thing. Ricky, too. Ricky edits all my sports. These two guys are both very passionate. Drake with filmmaking and with editing. Ricky, he likes the technical aspect of things. It's been a great opportunity for them as well, behind the scenes, to put things together. So whether you want to be in front of a camera like myself, you want to be behind the camera like Ricky, whatever it is you want to do, there is a spot on AML for you to really showcase what you're into. Also, AML is a great workplace environment experience. Mr. White really treats it less like a class and more like an actual TV production. He likes to refer to himself as the director and that kind of thing. It really does feel like somewhat of a workspace, not that I really have any experience, but what I would assume to be a workspace. And it's just great. It's fun. If you want to have a good time, if you want to make content, this is a great way to do so. I know a lot of people are kind of on the wave of wanting to be content creators, and I guess Emily, I know, has taken advantage of that. She started a YouTube channel with some of the things she's learned from here. I take my sports and I put it on TikTok, that kind of thing. So if you want to go out there and you want to, pursue a career in broadcasting or just have some fun, this class is an absolute fantastic chance to actually get to do something like that. So if you were to ask me, I would definitely recommend taking this class, but make sure you're actually going to put in the work and you're not just going to goof off, you're not just going to show up and not want to do anything, because you will be expected to kind of, put yourself out there to do things, to contribute, because this whole thing can't work if we're not all working together and we're not all putting in the time and effort to keep it running.
And finally, here's Emily with a curtain call.
Hi everyone, I'm Emily Snyder, and welcome back to Curtain Call, the segment of AML where we focus in on arts in the area. I first wanted to share with you all a wonderful experience that I was so blessed to have last Valentine's Day weekend. Through an organization called Broadway Workshop, I was able to attend a 2-day online masterclass with Samantha Barks and Sierra Bogus. I met so many new people in the masterclass, including someone all the way from the Netherlands. For those of you who don't know, Sierra Bogus is most well known for originating the role of Ariel in The Little Mermaid on Broadway, as well as playing Christine Daae in The Phantom of the Opera on Broadway. Samantha Barks, on the other hand, is best known for her role in the 2012 film production of Les Miserables as Eponine, and she will finally be getting to play the role of Elsa in the West End production of Frozen this April. These two wonderful ladies have taught me so many valuable things throughout the 2 days I worked with them. Samantha gave me an awesome vocal tip. When you have a note that you're struggling with in a song, use a straw and some water. Just blow the bubbles into the water while singing your note with the straw in your mouth. Sierra taught me that sometimes simply standing and singing a song without moving can be even more powerful than using hand movements. Another Sierra tip was to visualize what or who you are singing your song to, where your fourth wall is, and sing to that person, place, or thing to help create a better connection. If you guys are interested in taking a fabulous workshop with some Broadway stars, be sure to visit www.broadwayworkshop.com. And next, a quick adjustment to last Curtain Call's announcement about our spring show. The code that I said last time was not the correct one, so if you are interested in being in our spring show, Songs for a New World, use this code below to join the drama club group on Schoology. One last quick thing before we pull the curtain on today's segment. Acting Out for ALS will be doing a COVID-safe spring variety show to showcase the talents of local singers, musicians, actors, dancers, and more. If you're interested, check out their website, www.actingoutforals.com. Be sure to tune in next time to meet another theater local, Trevor McCabe. I'm Emily Snyder, and I'll see you next time on Curtain Call.
Thanks for watching. Please stay safe and remain healthy. We will return on Thursday for some more AML.